So, after 13 married years in Los Angeles, the surgeon and the schoolteacher, Kurt and Kathy Wagner, are still together in a society where some people jump on and off the marriage merry-go-round 5 or 6 times. Their hometown, birthplace of crazes and trends, is not normally a thoughtful or reflective society. And in so outgoing a city, it's not always easy to live a life that's totally balanced. In this capital of broken marriages, certain tensions sent the Wagners towards California's traditional and instant answer to any personal or marriage problem, into analysis and counseling and group therapy.
Lung sex needs Hey, how about this?
That goes with your outfit, actually.
Ta-da! They've been here all night.
That's a way to skate.
On the boulevard at Venice, California, an open-air dating theatre.
Now, Kurt, this is a competition.
More simple form of improved surgery. Buy the earrings, get your ears pierced free.
He's gonna do it as right. Kurt can't watch, you see.
I can't watch.
He can't watch.
Does it hurt?
No?
No? Painless?
Don't worry about it, Kurt. You don't have to worry. She didn't feel any pain. It'll be all right, you know.
I'm so glad. And the main benefit that I received from going to marriage counselor was that I saw things from Kathy's point of view.
This suggests there was a lack of communication between you, if it only came out when there was a referee there.
Well, absolutely. And I don't know, I know a lot of married people, and I don't know very many really let it all hang out, at least not in my experience. My wife should be my best friend. That's, if I say that there's a goal in life, it should be that your wife is your friend.
And is she?
Well, she's much closer to being my friend now than she was 4 or 5 years ago.
I went to a man that had been told that there was very stories, making up stories about all stories and football heroes and cinema heroes and all these kinds of things, and I want to keep it in my life.
So you got rid of him, and then what?
And then I went on to a lady because someone had told me that one of my very dear girlfriends had said, maybe if I would talk with a woman, then I might have a better feeling about all this. Right. Not much better. It was, in fact, terrible. Her place was very dirty, and she was kind of dirty, and it was a very uncleanly kind of place, and I didn't like it either.
So the last professional help was from a marriage guidance counselor, right? Now, what was he telling you?
She, it's a she. She's a very special kind of lady who was just saying that women have the power to make things work in their lives if they will take the time to look and see what's happening around them and to show nice, soft kinds of ways. I keep talking about this soft kind of gentle ways because I feel that ladies have forgotten that we were made to be soft and gentle and cuddly and cozy and nice.
Are you saying that inside you're really a toughie, but gentle on the outside?
No, I'm not saying that I'm really so tough. I have to become tough because you have to be a bit tough to work the way that it should. But I am saying that you still can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. And those are the things that women have forgotten about. Let them just see me sitting here in this nice surroundings, and maybe they'll be able to score better. On that night, they'll find some bloke in some bar or some man, and you know, if they use a little bit of softness, maybe we'll get them a better night, and eventually they'll be able to get that man that they really wanted.
I went through a critical period in my life. I became 40 years old. And 40, for many men, I say, is a time of reflection. I think that there must be something terribly wrong. I went to a psychological seminar, which you may or may not be familiar with. It's private.
You were finding yourself, were you?
Yes, I would think so. More or less, everybody wants approval. But if you can't get inner approval, you really don't have any approval at all. Incidentally, plastic surgery was another form of seeking approval. I wanted to make people perfect so that they would love me. Everybody wants to be loved. I became much more aware of my shortcomings as a husband. I became much more aware of my failings, being too critical, expecting too much. And of course, Kathy was also swept up by her doubt and who was she and what do and where was she going to be, and she didn't want to be Mrs. Dr. Wagner, although the Germans call it Frau Doktor, and it's okay. It isn't okay anymore. So she had to, and she is still to a certain extent struggling to find herself because her own identity felt. I understand it. I don't always approve of some of the things that she does, but she's entitled to as an individual to...
But I mean, did analysis make you a more satisfied husband, do you think? Or just make you aware of your inadequacies?
You have to ask Kathy. I fancy that I'm a much more satisfactory human being.
The best part of all about